My name is Makita Waterman. I am the CEO of Top Writing Services Incorporated. Today's topic is how to write business content. I know it looks like I'm doing my selfie here, but I'm actually just putting the topic in the notes so that when people join in, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I wanted to share this topic today because as entrepreneurs and even employees, we do a lot of business writing for executives, management, and even external stakeholders, such as investors that are interested in learning more about what we do for websites and business plans and marketing plans, marketing manuals, etc. So I wanted to get straight into it. Just a bio about myself. I have a lot of new followers. I own a company that is a branding, marketing, and business writing agency. I've been helping companies write content for social media, business plans, websites, etc. In addition to that, I have also been helping different companies with creating a strategy if they're having issues with attracting customers online, and also helping them at the same time create content that sells, gets straight to the point, and really helps them build their brand reputation. So the topics that I'm going to be talking about today are how to write better documents, how to write based on your audience, how to write impactful sentences that get straight to the point, and how to write online business content, whether it's for your website, business post, if you're in technology, construction, oil and gas, etc. So the first things first, writing better documents really comes with a couple of things. That's writing short sentences with words of about 15 words in one sentence. I definitely would say that creativity in business writing needs to go out the door, especially if you are writing to executives, business owners, entrepreneurs, people in technology, science, engineering, manufacturing, etc. These people are usually logical and specifically more to leadership and business development or executives. They really want to see facts and statistics. They want to see numbers. They want to see you kind of create a canvas of a picture through your writing that gets straight to the point and answers who, what, where, when, why, and how your percentages and facts and your forecasts, etc., are going to help them either approve a budget, either discontinue something that's not working in your company, etc. When you're writing documents for business, you want to create white space. So in the world of writing, we call white space like paragraphs with bullet points, and making sure that you're not clumping long paragraphs of like 20 sentences in one, which is something sometimes people do because they don't know any better. But that's completely okay. Definitely also use visuals and photos that apply to your topic. That way, when people are reading through it, they're not just seeing a bunch of words on a document or a bunch of words on a landing page, but there are photos that are specific to what you're talking about. They're bright photos. They are professional, of course. Tips on photos. Try using photos with women smiling or laughing. Apparently in marketing, that really helps to create engagement and create feelings of trust, etc. When you're writing documents as well, always make sure that you are making the most of each sentence, and that you're creating an image and an understanding for everybody to know exactly what you're talking about. If you have to refer to footnotes or something of that nature, or maybe it's an online document or maybe a long blog, make sure that you hyperlink out to different pages of your website, different sources like Forbes or Business Insider, etc., to actually paint more of a picture of what you're trying to explain to the readers at hand. They will appreciate that. And also hyperlinking to reputable sources also makes you look like a subject matter expert. So if you are maybe new in your industry, or it's your first time writing business writing, definitely link out to professional sources to show that you are credible and that you are an expert at what you do. In addition to that, writing based on your audience. So I mentioned earlier that if you're writing to executives, they want to know statistics and forecasts. They want to see that you put research into what you're saying, because if you write a document, let's say an internal business plan or internal communications or an executive summary, for example, and a proposal, and you send it to an executive, the first thing they're going to ask is, these numbers look good, but where did you get that information? Did you get it from a software? Did you get it from an app? Did you get it from a subject matter expert? Who's that subject matter expert? So just make sure that when you're putting sources, you're forecasting things, that you can back up what you're saying. The last thing you want to do is get into a meeting, state that you know XYZ, and it's the opposite of what you're saying, and your credibility goes from here to here. So just make sure that you are citing sources. If you're speaking to women are creatures of emotions and feelings and nurturing. So you might want to maybe take out that executive kind of like a lack of emotion and a sense of feeling content and make it more personal. Add stories, use feeling statements in your business content, like, I felt overwhelmed when I started this project, but when my team helped me, it was much more of an experience that I was hoping for this project. So you bring it back to a business sense instead of kind of making it into your personal diary or journal, etc. If you're speaking to men are obviously a lot more logical. They think with their thought processes, and they want, again, factual statements and straight to the point, a lack of fluff, storytelling, etc., so that they can kind of understand exactly what you're writing. So definitely keep that in mind. Other than writing for your audience, I definitely say that you want to know your audience. Make sure that you're doing research before you get started. The last thing you want to do is write a piece of content for a website or a business plan or an internal document for work. That target audience reads it and they start picking at it and redlining it, and you're back to the drawing board all over again, spending more time that you could be spending doing something completely different than rewriting your document or your content. So definitely do a poll before you do it. I was contracted with the government here in my location, and I worked with information management and technology team, for example, and before I did a document, and put together an actual meeting for the document, I sent out an anonymous survey asking the group of IT technology techs what their concerns were, what they were confused about. Also asking them if they can bring documentation to the meeting. That way it would be easier for me to kind of create content and present it or facilitate the meeting, etc. So sometimes even just those interpersonal, emotional, intelligent aspects of who you are, and doing surveys and doing focus groups before you do a big project will definitely help you in terms of being successful with your business writing. Other things that you can do is you can ask for documentation on file. That way you can read the documentation, get an understanding of the mindset of your audience and what they currently appreciate when it comes to content, and so that when you go to the drawing board and write your content, it's so much easier for you to not really replicate but kind of redo all over again based on the subject matter at hand. Writing impactful sentences and getting straight to the point. Writing impactful sentences really means knowing, again, the who, what, where, when, why, and how, and making sure that you're not adding any fluff. Like, for example, let's say you're writing, or I can try to come up with a project that I've done. Not too long ago, I was working with a tech company, a tech finance accounting software company, and I helped them do some blogs. And so one of the things that they wanted was for me to make sure that I was straight to the point in every sentence, because it wasn't creative writing or nonfiction. This was just like instructional content for people to read, their customers to read the blog and make sure that they can use the instructions in the software and then go about their day. So sentences like, thank you so much for reading the blog, or when you write, make sure that you are thinking ahead. Little sentences like that were not going to help me in writing this blog to ensure that the software company's customers were able to use the blog, use the instructions, get their software out of the way, move on with their day. So that's just an example of getting straight to the point. No fluff, no marketing, no sales, just straight to the point, logical sentences. Yeah, that's it for that point. Impact just really means, I would really say, instead of using terms, if you're in technology, engineering, manufacturing, try to water that down and come up with, instead of using Harvard business terms or terms that are specific to your industry, try to think of it as writing with a grade 5 English. That way, if a senior level person who might not be in the warehouse with you, in your manufacturing warehouse, or the intern that just graduated from school and they're now with your company and they are still kind of learning, it's a learning curve for them, that there are no reasons for anybody to approach you, waste your time almost in a way, sit with you for an hour or 2 or 3 hours or days on end, trying to understand every piece of document, get straight to the point, be very, very general with your content. And if you do add terms of conditions, I definitely recommend that you have some sort of a glossary. If it's an online document, or even if it's a Microsoft Word, hyperlinks to the glossary so that they can go back to the glossary and they can read the definition and understand your content as you're going through. Online business writing. Online business writing has changed so much. I can sit here and say that you can be a little bit flexible with the online business writing. You can add feeling statements. You can put a little bit of fluff there. And again, it depends on your audience, but definitely be creative. Definitely show personality in your online business writing, because just because you're writing to an executive online, it doesn't mean that that executive isn't going to fall asleep if your content sounds like, I don't know, some Shakespeare content, right? So add some personality, add some fluff. Remember that it's another human being at the other end of your blog or your website that's reading it. So be personal and be as descriptive as possible. Paint a picture with your words. I hope this helps. I love online business, and I'm so glad that I was able to show up and share this content with you. I'm going to share this video for a little bit, 20-30 minutes on my Instagram TV. I'm going to remove it and put it on my YouTube channel. So if you're watching this and you want to get more information about business writing, content marketing, technical writing, etc., definitely check out, click link in bio, my YouTube channel. If you're new to my page and you're watching this, click the follow button. I've got more content coming soon on my Instagram Reels, IGTV, personal moments, and really just sharing a piece of who I am as well, because the world is quickly changing and everything is online. Thank you so much for your support. And last but not least, my Instagram live marathon ends next Tuesday. It has been a wonderful 2 months of showing up for each and every one of you and answering your questions. However, have no fear. I will continue to go live at least once or twice a week. It's going to be something I have to think about over the weekend, but I will announce that soon. So join me on Monday. I'll share a little update this week and a story of the time and the topic. If you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. Leave a comment below or send a DM if you have any questions at all about anything that I've been sharing here on Instagram. Thank you so much for your time. Take care. Bye. Okay.